first 4 on the road in a year in which you have 9 home games, that stands out to me because now 4 of your last 5 are going to be at home.
That is correct. 4 of the last 5, as Gabe mentioned, is at home after 3 of your first 4 are on the road on this schedule. So at Vikings, at Jets, home against the Falcons on Thursday night, at Bucks is the first 4 games on the Packers schedule, Gabe. And I think that's interesting to take a look at because I don't know if, Mike North, who's in charge of the scheduling at the NFL, I don't know if he's sitting down and going, all right, Micah Parsons tore his ACL on December 14th. We're hoping he's back for October. Therefore, we are going to give the Packers an easy schedule and a lot of road games early because we don't want them to face I guess they do face a divisional. Well, we don't want them to play the Bears or the Lions because we want Micah Parsons to be on a bigger stage and on TV and maybe on Netflix or maybe on CBS or maybe on NBC, right?
I don't know if he's thinking about that, but there's somebody in the league who is, and is certainly in his ear.
So are you think, and again, I don't know.
Again, it's easy to sit here and go, oh, look at this easy schedule for the Packers early in the season. You just never know in the NFL. That's the beauty of the NFL. Going on the road at Minnesota is no cakewalk. Mm-hmm. That is a team. Yes, they had the same record as the Detroit Lions last year. I don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be really good for them. I'm glad the Packers are catching them earlier, so he's still going to be, a little, kind of still new to the system, getting his feet underneath him. But my biggest question about this Packers team is the offensive line. Guess what the Minnesota Vikings are really good at? Defense. It gets really loud in that stadium. It gets hard for the offensive line to hear and communicate and do all those things. So that's going to be a stress test for a new-look offensive line right out of the gate. The Jets, they're not very good, but again, that's another really good defense. You get Atlanta at home, which is nice. They've got a quarterback dealing with his own injury issues. Who knows when? I'm assuming Penix will be back at the beginning of the season, but don't know for sure. And then, Tampa Bay, playing them on the road. Again, it's not like, 4-0 for the Packers. Right. Do I think that they look at it and go, yes, these marquee matchups against the Bears, Cowboys, it's not a coincidence the Cowboys fall into the window where Micah's supposed to be back, right? Mm-hmm. Like the Packers were never going to open up with the Dallas Cowboys with no Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So I think they factor some of those things in, certainly. But again, it is a big puzzle, and it's getting more and more difficult to put together because of the days that the NFL continues to expand on. The Packers are going to play presumably by the end of the year, because I will not be shocked if they end up playing on a Saturday at some point. They're probably going to play every day but a Tuesday, which the NFL does not hold games on, unless it's Christmas or something like that.
Oh, Gabe, give it a year. Give it a year. We know how the NFL has evolved and changed over the years. They'll be playing on Tuesdays.
But they're playing on Monday, they're playing on Wednesday, they're playing on Thursday twice, they're playing on Friday, and they're playing on Sunday.
They may actually avoid a Saturday because their last 3 games listed here are at the Bears on Christmas. So we know that one's locked in. Week 17 is against the Texans on Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. Those are 2 playoff teams each of the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. I would assume they're going to keep that. And then week 18 against the Lions, unless it's for the division. It could be for the division, so maybe they do play on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I would assume they probably avoid a Saturday. But we'll see.
And if they're in the playoffs, Saturday's a possibility, the wild card weekend, and the divisional round weekend.
Yeah, they lost on a Saturday this past year.
That is correct. So there is a very good chance that the Packers hit for the NFL days played cycle in 2026.
I imagine they've got to be one of few teams because there's only that Christmas Wednesday. I'd be curious to look into that once we get all the schedules.
I think Kansas City did it because Kansas City played on Christmas.
Oh, sure.
And then they had to play that Saturday, and they played that Wednesday. I think they played that Black Friday game that year. Yeah, I think Kansas City would be the only other team that would be in competition for that.
Well, the Packers getting plenty of it. They've got 2 Thursday dates. They've got a Wednesday date. They've got a Friday date. They've got a Monday date. And obviously a bunch of Sundays, including 2 Sunday night football games. We will dive into the schedule, which has officially been released by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, so I'm comfortable sharing it. We will run through the entire 17-game slate, 18-week schedule for the Green Bay Packers coming up next with thoughts, times, and all the in-betweens. That is coming up next. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, Will Summers with you. It is the ESPN Wisconsin Schedule Specialty Show. Is that what we're calling it, Will? Does that sound good to you?
Schedule Release Special.
Schedule Release Special. That's the name of the show. We are the host of the show, and we give you the schedule that will be released next.
The Milwaukee Auto Show
bolder, and better at its new location. See the newest cars, trucks, and SUVs from more than 25 brands. Now through Sunday at Wisconsin State Fair Park Expo Center. Tickets at autoshowmilwaukee.com.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call for your free weight loss consultation. 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon?
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Start your weekend tonight at the Fox and Hound Supper Club with a free dinner, voted the best supper club in the area and most romantic restaurant. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I know because I'm a regular at the Fox and Hounds. It's fantastic. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free. The Fox and Hounds is the most affordable and unique dining destination in the state. Tucked into the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest, the setting is just breathtaking. Order your favorite seafood, steak, pasta, a big fresh salad, steak and lobster, the ribs, any of it. Your second dinner is free. Desserts and the huge ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free, and I love that chocolate cake. Relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned, 20 bourbons to choose from, 100 fine wines in one of their 8 elegant dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. A spring drive is beautiful in Wisconsin. Weekends might be too busy for some. Enjoy a free dinner tonight. Tables are open. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Discover your new favorite city,
Milwaukee.
catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan,
Sip your way through craft breweries.
and dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long.
Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast.
The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail, whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today.
At visitmilwaukee.org.
More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is the NFL Schedule Release Special on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin Schedule Release Special continues. I'm Alex Strouf alongside my buddy Gabe Neitzel, Will Summers on the ones and twos for us tonight. Whatever, wherever you're listening, just know we are live on YouTube as well. You can watch the show, see what's happening in the studio, which is Gabe smiling from ear to ear because we have a schedule, and comment along with us. Just search ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Today, I looked up and you weren't smiling. I thought you were going to play into what I was saying.
Give me a better cue. Give me a heads up.
That's on me. Hand up. That's on me.
All right. Hey,
All right.
accountability. Accountability, Will.
I'm getting better at that. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel has released the schedule. The NFL won't for about another 40 minutes, but we love you so much that we're going to give it to you right now. So let's get this party started. The 2026 Green Bay Packers schedule looks like the following. Week number 1. Sunday, September 13th, the Packers will head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. That's a 3:25 kickoff on CBS Week 1 and a divisional game, just like last year.
Not shocking. I figured at those first 4 games, you take a look at the Packers' history, there's always going to be a divisional game there. And there have been seasons where they have that first divisional game in the first 1 or 2 weeks, and then they don't play the divisional until, I don't know, last year was weird with the Bears.
So weird.
Twice in 3 weeks. And there have been times where it's really been backloaded, but there has always been at least one game in that first month against the divisional opponents. Not shocked that's against the Minnesota Vikings.
There you have it. Let's move to Week 2.
Week 2, Sunday, September 20th, the first noon game of the season at MetLife in New Jersey as they will take on the New York Jets.
Keep Micah Parsons far away from that field is my only concern for that one.
I love how everybody knows that field just stinks.
Well, and here's the thing. The World Cup is happening there this summer.
Yeah, and they're putting grass in, yeah.
They're putting all this nice grass in.
Uh-huh.
Can't Woody Johnson just say, hey, can we keep that, please?
Woody, the Mara family.
Right.
You got multiple families operating the stadium.
Yeah, we don't know who will be playing quarterback in that game regardless. Maybe Geno Smith for the New York Jets, but that is your Week 2 matchup. What a stunner that is in Week 2. Packers-Jets in New Jersey. Week 3, the Packers make their home opener, and it's on a Thursday night. Thursday, September 24th, the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That is a 7:15 kick on Amazon. Home opener on a Thursday game. That's a fun one.
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
I don't like the home opener on a Thursday. But
unless you're the Super Bowl champions, then you like it.
Yes, if it's the first game of the year, yes, all about it. That game in 2011 against the Saints was fantastic.
That was great.
I want to do that again. Having the home opener be Week 3 on a Thursday night, not as exciting.
I tend to agree. Hopefully the weather holds out, but Atlanta, Green Bay, it's an NFC matchup. It's a team that I think is on the rise from the NFC South. Should be a decent football game, but that will be Jordan Love and company's home debut there in Week 3.
Week number 4, Sunday, October 4th, the Packers heading south to take on the Tampa Buccaneers. That is a noon kick on Fox, so that means 3 of the first 4 games away from Lambeau Field to kick off the season.
I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to change my opinion on this by the end of the show at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Sneaky game of the year candidate for Green Bay.
Packers-Bucks?
Shootout.
Get out of here.
Defense is still getting...
Get out of here.
Packers are still figuring out their defense.
People say this about the Buccaneers every year, and by week 6, they are so underwhelming. They're good like the
last
first
year.
3
The
Definitely
Buccaneers,
was
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the Cincinnati Reds of the NFL. Every year.
They fall off so hard.
Yeah. Oh, look out. This is the year. Look out. Here they come.
I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan.
The Reds made the playoffs last year. The Bucs have made the playoffs a couple of times. They're not really ever that good. Yeah,
right.
Could they sneak up and beat the Packers here? Sure. Do I think that it's a game that when we get to the end of 2026 and go, you remember that Packers-Buccaneers game?
Where were you for this?
42-40, Packers win. All right, let's move to Week 5. That is the first divisional game of the season. Packers return home in Week 5 on October 11th to host the Chicago Bears. It's a 3:25 kick on Fox. I assume that means it's America's Game of the Week on Fox. Bears-Packers, October 11th at Lambeau.
Yeah, very obviously, this is a game that Fox decided, whenever it is, yes, we'll take that. You are not giving this one to NBC. You're not giving it to ABC, ESPN. You're not giving it to Netflix. You're not giving it to Prime. No, first time the Packers-Bears play each other. It is America's Game of the Week.
That's ours.
We're sending up KB. We're sending up Tom Brady. We're sending up the crew. And that's going to be the game of the week. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence that this falls where Micah Parsons should be. If it's not his first game back, if he hasn't already played, it's probably going to his first game back.
Absolutely. And then, look, I don't know how much more we need to say about Bears-Packers after what went down last year. 3 really exciting games. Not so exciting if you were a Packers fan like me and Gabe for the last 2. But if you are just a fan of the sport, 3 really incredible football games. The Bears aren't going away. I'm not saying they'll win 12 games again, but they're not going away. They will be a fighter in this NFC North, and that is a big time game there in week number 5.
Week number 6, Packers at home. First time they'll play back-to-back games at Lambeau. Another primetime game as the Dallas Cowboys visit the Packers October 18th. Sunday Night Football, 7:20 kick on NBC.
Another shootout candidate, just like it was a year ago on NBC on Sunday Night Football when they tied 40-40 in week number 4. It's week 6. The storylines write themselves other than, Big Mike's not there anymore, obviously, but he hasn't been for a minute. I like it. Look, the Packers have a lot of good teams on their schedule. A lot of teams that should be fighting for playoff runs.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is no exception to this. Is their defense a little bit better this year? We'll find out. They were not very good when they saw them in week 4.
I can't imagine it being worse.
That's a fair point.
I mean, they really had only one way to go, and that's up. And they made some aggressive moves to try to improve it, especially at the trade deadline last year after the Packers had played them.
So we will see what this game brings, but I imagine this could be a crucial point in the Packers season, going Tampa, Chicago, Dallas, 3 games in a row, all 3 teams looking to get back to the postseason here in 26. And week 7, certainly no exception, as they head to Detroit, 3:25 kick on Fox. That's October 25th.
Yeah, again, that's a game that I'm glad it's not on Thanksgiving. But I'm really curious what Detroit is going to be.
Me too.
Because
I imagine they'll be better than they were a year ago.
But and they're hoping that their offense will be better. They're kind of following that blueprint that the Philadelphia Eagles have out there. Have your offensive coordinator be really good, get hired as a head coach somewhere else. Kind of struggle. Again, Dan Campbell didn't want to call offensive plays. He took that over in the middle of last year. So, of course, that coordinator gets fired, and they have to start over from scratch this year, trying to create the explosive plays that they did under Ben Johnson. And I am curious to see if this window is indeed closed for the Lions, or if a new OC can come in and recapture the magic that they had 2 seasons ago when they only lost 2 games the entire regular season, and the year before that when they went to the NFC Championship game.
And for those of you keeping track at home, that is 3 divisional games, half of them before Halloween. That's about halfway through the season, I guess. But if you remember last year, man, it was so wacky. Everything was backfilled, other than that Lions game in week 1, which obviously the Packers won in a pretty epic fashion at Lambeau Field in week 1 last year. So that is it's a game you have to have circled, of course, because it's a divisional game. But what the heck will the Lions be in 2026? We will dive more into the division a bit later. Week 8 is
scheduling quirk in week number 8.
Thursday, October 29th. It's a Thursday night football game. Another Thursday night football game. Their second in 8 weeks for Green Bay as they host the Carolina Panthers, a 7:15 kick on Amazon. What's the quirk? What am I missing?
2 Thursday night games the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Both at home, both at Lambeau. Because usually, unless you're playing on Thanksgiving, usually those Thursday night games you kind of capped at 1.
Yeah.
You're not going to play on Amazon multiple times in a season. And to not only do it twice in a season, but to do it twice in the first 2 months.
Yeah, twice in 8 weeks.
That's interesting to me. I think that's a bit of a scheduling quirk.
Both NFC South opponents as well. I don't know that plays into it at all, but
Thursday night football, home of the NFC South.
Yeah, fair. It always has been too. AFC South has had some good battles on there too. If you think of those Titans color, the Titans color rush uniforms back in the day.
Woof.
It's just a revenge game for Tucker Kraft. That's the only way I look at that game. Obviously, Panthers, they lost to them at Lambeau Field last year. Tucker Kraft goes down with the ACL tear in that game last year. Good opportunity to get your lick back, if you will, for Green Bay there in week number 8 against Carolina.
Week number 9, they travel on the road, taking on an AFC opponent. And it's a big one, so it's 3:25 on Fox at the New England Patriots in week number 9.
The reigning AFC champion New England Patriots, obviously falling in the Super Bowl to the Seattle Seahawks a couple of months ago. Gabe, this game obviously intriguing because it's the Patriots. They're very good. Drake May, an up-and-coming quarterback. But the thing I like about this, you talk about scheduling quirks or things you look at, the Packers have 10 days to prepare for the reigning AFC champion. Will they be as good as they were a year ago? Time will tell. But I imagine they will still be a heck of an opponent, and that's a heck of an environment to play in early November at New England. I was really happy to see that they were on the schedule, as the entire division is. Obviously, the AFC East, one of the divisions Green Bay plays this year. Because it's another one of those games where you go, all right, this is a measuring stick. How good are the Packers at midseason? It's smack dab in the middle of the season. It's week 9.
Yeah.
How good are you? Can you hang with the AFC's best from a year ago? Can Jordan Love outduel another up-and-coming quarterback? Like, I love that it's smack dab in the middle of the season. It's a great measuring stick game to really see where Matt LaFleur and company are at in early November.
And then following that Sunday, November 15th, in week number 10, the Minnesota Vikings at Lambeau Field in the rare noon game in Green Bay this season. Only 2 of them right now on the schedule, Strouf.
Very rare. It's another kind of weird quirk. They're done with the Vikings before their bye week.
Yeah.
Vikings in the rear view by the time they get to their bye week, which is the following week. Not a whole lot to be said there. We talked about the Vikings earlier, so there's that. Week 11, as I mentioned, is the bye week. And by the way, that is the official kickoff to Toyotathon.
Ooh.
Right there in mid-November.
Okay.
And they come out of the bye, with that big one on Thanksgiving Eve, Blackout Wednesday, Whiskey Wednesday. You see all your high school friends at the local bowling alley for the time this year, and you'll be watching the Packers take on one of the NFC's best, another measuring stick game in Los Angeles against the Rams.
Assuming your local bowling alley can figure out how to get Netflix on the television.
Good point by you.
You might have to log in yourself.
Yeah. Might have to roll in a TV with Wi-Fi.
Just saying.
I've done that before.
If you're out in Grant County, it's not going to be on, regular television. So you got to make sure you've got the Netflix and that you've got the account that you can share enough passwords.
Yeah.
And
I think I might go to that game.
In Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
You hate your family that much?
No, I'll be back. I'll take a red eye Thursday morning.
Taking a red eye out of LA is miserable. Done it before.
On Thanksgiving?
Not fun.
That's going to be expensive.
And not on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
That's the most expensive week to travel, man.
All right, so maybe I won't go to that game.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we talked you out of it.
Or do. It's your life. It's your life. It's not going to affect you whatsoever if
2
you go.
outrageous claims this segment, Will. 1,
Hey,
game of the year, Bucks Packers. 2, I'm going to the game on
The one
Whiskey
road game I'm
Wednesday.
going to go to is the furthest one during the busiest traveling season of the holiday.
We're just getting started.
So one of the most busiest airports in the country.
Oh, and I'm going to take a red eye.
Well, this is a heck of a lot more entertaining than their Week 13 game, Gabe.
It's Sunday, December 6th. They will travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Thought maybe that one could be overseas. Instead, the Saints decide to protect it, and they will be playing the Packers at noon.
Can we talk about
inside
that portion
the dome.
of what you just said?
They protected it.
The Saints believe they are good enough?
No. That's just the Packers travel well, and they know that the stadium's going to be full.
I mean, all right. Let's talk about
Well,
Packers
but that's why. I mean, it took the Packers forever to play an international game because all these other the Packers didn't want to give up any of their home games, so somebody else would have had to, right? And the Packers finally did when they had the 9th home game.
Yep.
So that we still have our 8, so we'll play the 9th overseas, whatever. But other teams know the Packers travel well, especially when you're a team like the Saints that. You haven't been very good recently. You're not going to always sell out every game. You want to make sure you get that little extra bump from the Packers coming to town.
5 games left, and they're all pretty exciting ones. Week 14, Lambeau Field, Sunday night under the lights. Josh Allen, Jordan Love, the game that will decide the MVP for the 2026 season. It's Packers-Bills on Sunday night in week number 14. Really fun one.
Week 15 will see the return of the Green Bay Dolphins as they will be coming into town. Traveling from Miami, noon game, Fox, again, Sunday, December 20th. Jeff Hafley does not get his wish. Half was hoping to play the Packers early in the season to avoid Micah Parsons. Not going to be the case.
No, that is the guy who, by the way, he said will break the sack record coming off of the ACL tear. That's the head coach of the Dolphins who said that about Micah Parsons. He will face him in Week 15.
Mid-December, too. Dolphins never play good in the cold.
Well,
maybe they might have broken that trend since they got rid of Tua.
Right, I was going to say Malik Willis is their quarterback. Malik Willis
True.
has played well in December. We saw it against Baltimore at Lambeau Field about the same time last year. So we will see on that. Week 16 is that Christmas game, 5 days later at Chicago, noon on Netflix. Yuck. Are you switching around your Christmas for this?
No, my family hasn't done much on the actual day of Christmas.
And it's a Friday, which means you get the 26th, you get the 27th on the weekend.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the plan for the Neitzel family, I think we're doing Christmas Eve this year.
I just feel bad for all those divided households out there.
I don't.
That's going to be an awkward Christmas dinner for somebody.
Yeah, for the Bears fans.
Well, I remember I was hosting Green Bay game night. I forgot who the Packers lost to last year. Was it the Bears? It was the Bears on December 20th.
Yeah.
And somebody called in, Scott in Fort Worth, Texas. I remember this call because it was such an amazing call. He called into Green Bay game night, And it was 5 days before Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And he said, my Christmas is ruined. And I said, Scott, Christmas isn't for 5 days and you have a family. Like, this isn't, you have like kids. You'll be fine. And he said, no, this will ruin my entire week. Christmas is ruined now. I thought he was dramatic last year on December 20th. If Scott called in right now and said, hey, if we lose to the Bears on Christmas, that will ruin Christmas, I agree. That game's going to end at 3 p.m. on Christmas Day. If the Packers lose that game, my family will not want to see me the rest of the day because I will be very cranky. So there you go. That is your Week 16 game, Packers-Bears in Chicago.
Week 17, you have to wait all the way until Monday, January 4th for the Texans to come to Green Bay, the lone Monday night game on the schedule. The Journal-Sentinel has it listed as just an ESPN game, so I'm assuming not going to also be on ABC, but it's a 17:15 kickoff in the penultimate week of the regular season.
And the Packers will wrap up their final 5 games, 4 of which at Lambeau Field, including this one in Week 18 against the Detroit Lions. Obviously, time and day is to be determined on that one. So that is either the January 9th or January 10th, Saturday or Sunday. They can flex it. They will flex it week of. But that is your Green Bay Packers 2026 schedule. I think I read 17-0 somewhere. I think that's what I just read. I don't know.
All right, Rasheed Walker.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice pop. Nice pop. That was good, Will. Not bad. Look, it's always an exciting day because now you can start planning the trips. You can start figuring out what to do. Lambeau Field, if you're going there this year, odds are it's going to be at night. Thursday night football in Week 3. Sunday night football in Week 6. Thursday night football in Week 8. Sunday night football in Week 14, Monday night football in Week 17, and that Week 18 against the Lions, if there's implications, likely at night. So bring your jacket in late December/January. There's your Packers schedule. Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strouf, Will Summers hanging out with you until 8 o'clock tonight as we react to all things Packers 2026 schedule release. Always a very fun day. At some point, we'll play the schedule game. We will go through our win-loss record after our first impressions of looking at the schedule. Jason Wilde will join us in the 7 o'clock hour to break down some of the things he's looking at as the schedule is released. All of that and more as we continue to look at the Packers' path to Inglewood. And I'm not talking about Thanksgiving Eve. I'm talking about Valentine's Day. That's next on ESPN Wisconsin's Schedule Release Show.
More schedule talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geiss's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geissdoors.com. Geiss has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geiss at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geiss. Visit them online at geissdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
For those who seek the quiet majesty of the great land, Viking Alaska Expeditions are the perfect choice, focusing on the destination rather than distractions. From the comfort of an elegant small ship, you'll explore the Inside Passage and touch the edge of the wilderness in true Scandinavian style. With Fox World Travel's expertise and Viking's world-class service, this is Alaska as it was meant to be seen, serene and spectacular. Space is limited for the 2027 season. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi.
And Kristen Bry of Point Taken.
What's more important than having a special needs child turning 18 who needs guardianship?
Or helping aging parents plan for long-term care.
Thankfully, the attorneys at Walney Legal Group can help with both.
No intimidating lawyers, Walney Legal provides a customized, friendly experience to help make these processes as straightforward and streamlined as possible.
So whether you're planning for aging parents
or establishing a strong legal foundation for a special needs child, visit WALNYlegal.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game. ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's ESPN Wisconsin schedule release extravaganza. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, Will Summers hanging out with you until 8 o'clock tonight as we react to the Green Bay Packers schedule that you now have for the fall beginning. Week number 1, September 13th. We are 4 months away. It's so far away, Gabe.
You got an entire summer. Enjoy the summer. It's going to be here before you know it, pal.
You're right.
We got a summer of Brewers baseball.
You'll be on that red eye before you know it.
I don't know, man. So I will tell you this. So before the schedule came out and we just knew the opponents.
Yes.
Me and my fiance have been, for the last couple of years, trying to find a road trip. So we did Tennessee a couple of years ago. We didn't do it this past year, actually. We were going to do either Dallas or Pittsburgh, and then things fell through. But this year, with some connections that we have, we were like, oh, L.A., the Rams, we could probably get some free tickets. That seems like a good spot to go. And then the news comes out yesterday. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Like, oh, I don't know if Mom will love that too much. But that's, I mean, if you look at the true road games on the schedule, the best matchups are at home. I mean, other than maybe the Patriots and the Rams. But you look at the really sexy matchups on the Packers schedule. They get the Bears, Lions, and Vikings all at home. They get the Cowboys at home. They get the Bills at home. They get the Jeff Hafley Dolphins at home. They end the season with the Lions at home. Like, there's a lot of really fun matchups at Lambeau Field this year. So maybe there is no road trip and it's just double dip or triple dip at Lambeau Field. Because that Bills game on Sunday night in mid-December is certainly calling my name. That's probably the game outside of the division that I'm the most excited for in 2026, Gabe.
Ooh, that Bills game? I don't know. I mean, there's still something always about the Cowboys to me outside of the division, especially with, the Packers just consistently fleecing Jerry Jones in trades. Rashawn Gary's going to get booed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure.
We're so nice here. Like, if he was a Jet and then he was a Cowboy, he's getting booed out of the building. If he's a Patriot, then a Cowboy, he's getting booed out of the building. We're too nice. Probably not, actually. I take it back. Okay. He's a first-round pick. I think he gets cheered.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he never had double-digit sacks. Even though he's the low snap count guy. Even though he thought he is the guy, a number one pass rusher, a guy who should be feared in this league.
You are operating under the idea that all 70,000 plus people in that building will know what they are cheering and or booing for, right? Everybody hanging out with us right now understands how underwhelming and disappointing Rashawn Gary was during his tenure with Green Bay. We are not filling the stadium. A lot of us are, but like you're going to have grandmas and kids and like people that don't really watch football.
Kids know. Kids know. They're
smart. They saw him on the milk carton when they were
they
getting
saw
the morning
him jogging
Cheerios.
after Caleb Williams, and they went, nah, not that guy ain't for me, man.
It'll probably end up being a mixture. But yeah, the Cowboys-Packers matchups are always fun, even though it feels Green Bay has kind of dominated that series in the 21st century. Outside of the tie last year.
Yeah, they've had the better of the Cowboys, but I guess being a kid of the 90s, like that's just always going to have some sort of meaning to me, especially, again, and it rubs off. Like, it's not going away, because I do a show with Chewy. He still hates the Cowboys.
Of course.
So, yeah, that hatred, at least for me, is not going anywhere.
Chris chimes in at Twitter, and you can get us on Twitter X, at Alex_Strouf, at GNeitzel16, at ESPN Milwaukee. Chris points out the quirk of the schedule is the weird length of days in between games. So obviously it's 7 between week 1 and 2, but then between weeks 2 and 3, it's 4. Then between 3 and 4, it's 10 days. 7, 7, 7, 4, 10, 7, 10, 11, 7, 7, 5, 10, 5 or 6.
But that's it. Again, this is just the way the NFL does business now. When they're playing on as many days as they're playing on, and the Packers are going to be playing on the majority of those days. As of right now, the only day they are not playing on is Saturday during the regular season, which could change in the final week because none of those games have set in stone dates and times. So that could certainly be shifted to Saturday afternoon or evening. Like, that's the way the NFL does business now. They want to have as many of these standalone games as possible. And so I'm curious what you think of this, because I was talking about this with Chewy before. Because I remember as a kid, the first time the Packers played on Monday Night Football in the 90s was such a big deal. Because Monday Night Football was the thing in the NFL in the 90s. Sunday Night Football was more of an afterthought. It was on ESPN, Monday Night Football being on ABC. It was the thing. And as we've continued to progress, and I think that flipped a little bit once ESPN took over Monday Night Football, NBC on Sunday Night Football 20 years ago. But with all these standalone games, the primetime games just don't feel as special as they once did. Because there were only 2 primetime slots. And Monday Night Football was the clear king of them all. And playing on Monday Night Football, I remember the games. Packers playing the Bears in 1994 on Halloween in a rainy night at Chicago. I remember in 1996 when Don Beebe was probably down, but the refs didn't see it. We didn't have replays, so he was able to get up and scamper to the end zone, and the Packers win on a Chris Jackie 53-yard field goal. Like, those things are etched in my memory because it was Monday Night Football was the thing. But now with Netflix having Wednesday and Christmas and you've got Thursday night games and Sunday night games and Monday night games. You have all these different standalone games. It doesn't feel like the primetime games have the same meaning. They're still important. They're still big. Like with the Packers playing the Cowboys on October 18th, like that's going to have a feel because, under the lights at Lambeau was always going to have a certain feel to it. But I feel like it's been diminished by the way the NFL has decided to have as many standalone games as humanly possible.
I think that's a really good opinion and good thought by you. For me, though, I still go out of my way to view Sunday Night Football every week. That to your point, I think about 20 years ago is probably when that flipped from Monday night being the thing to Sunday
whenever
night.
NBC took over Sunday Night Football, like that, Sunday Night Football became the attraction.
Because you still have kind of that buffer between the 305, 325 games into Sunday Night Football. So you get Football Night in America, which is going to have a new look this year, by the way, new cast, it seems, on NBC. I love ending my Sundays with Sunday Night Football. The matchups are always, for the most part, epic.
Because, and again, the NBC got to flex that because they literally get to flex games in. So they get to flex that muscle of, hey, look at how important we are. We can change our matchups. They were the first ones to be able to do that. We can change our matchups to make sure we've got a really good game here in this primetime slot on Sunday.
And something I will seek out, whether that's in the next hour or 15, I don't know that I'll read it on the air, but something I will seek out is the Sunday Night Football schedule. Okay. How am I ending my Sundays this fall? What am I watching? What games do I get? But to your point, it seems like a lot of those really fun games got the Netflix push this year, including Packers and Bears and Packers and Rams. on Thanksgiving Eve. Netflix spent $1 bagillion. I just made up a number. That's how much money they spent on some of these standalone games, Gabe. And the NFL gave in. Bills Chiefs is on Netflix this year. Packers Bears on Christmas is on Netflix. As I mentioned, Packers Rams on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is on Netflix. Netflix is getting some of the epic matchups this year because they spent so much money on this package. But Sunday Night Football, I mean, and I highly recommend, if you're a nerd like myself and Gabe and Will are when it comes to the schedule release, I imagine Mike North will be on the Rich Eisen show either tomorrow or early next week. That is an annual conversation I go out of my way to listen to. Because Rich, number one, he knows the inner workings of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear him each and every weekday from 12 until 2 on our ESPN Wisconsin stations that you're catching us on. And every year, it's usually the day after. So likely tomorrow, I would assume Mike North will join Rich Eisen. He's in charge of the scheduling for the NFL. He just gives such incredible insight into how he put this thing together, and he will eventually reveal how many iterations he had to show to Commissioner Roger Goodell. Because North comes up with the product, and then Goodell eventually has to put a stamp on it. And I remember, it was 2 years ago now, because Roger spent 2 years in New York, right? So the first year, the Jets had like 8 primetime games that Rodgers was there. And, of course, he blows out his Achilles early in that first week. And we kind of just had to suffer through bad games.
Mm-hmm.
But then his second year in New York, so 2 years ago, the NFL overcorrected. They did 4 Jets primetime games, and they were all within the first 2 months of the season because they wanted Rodgers on national television.
Yeah.
And that's the thought that goes into it. Okay, we'll throw ESPN a bone here. We'll throw NBC a bone here. We'll throw Netflix a bone here. And it's a really interesting process. I called it a giant puzzle earlier, and that's truly what it is.
Because these these networks also get to protect certain games, right? So they get to protect certain games from. I know in college football, with the way the Big Ten is split up between all those identities, it's basically like a draft.
Yeah.
Like, Fox, you're paying the most money, you get the pick. Oh, NBC, you've got the Sunday night, or excuse me, the Saturday night, Big Ten primetime game, you get a pick. CBS, you've got that 3:25 slot, you get a pick. And I don't know how it necessarily works at the NFL level, but Fox and CBS do get to protect a certain amount of those games. Now, I feel like those games are dwindling the more and more the NFL is again, splitting off these games. And, I mean, you look at the Thanksgiving week that was announced yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's going to be a single good game on Sunday.
Correct.
Because the Packers-Rams, banger. All 3 games on Thanksgiving, bangers. Black Friday, banger. Like, they're just all really good. I don't think any good teams are playing on that Sunday. Like, I think it's just all the bad teams that nobody actually wants to see. But because of that, and again, so Fox and CBS still get to protect some of those games. So that's why I think, the reason why Packers-Bears, the first one, is not on Netflix or NBC, or it's because Fox went, no.
Banger.
We're playing that.
Banger.
Mina Kimes and Gabe Neitzel. 2 of a kind. 2 of the brightest football minds in America, and I'm not even saying that as a joke. I firmly believe that. Your Thanksgiving slate is Bears at Lions. That opens Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Eagles, Cowboys, naturally.
Yep.
And your nightcap, as I mentioned, on Thanksgiving. This is an NBC game. I said Netflix. I apologize. NBC game. Chiefs at Bills.
Yeah.
That's when you're
Really
having.
good one.
That's when you're having like your turkey sandwich with some stuffing and gravy and cranberry on bread. Like when you're eating that and having your.
Good on you for still being young.
Your 12th Yingling of the day.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, maybe a beer or 2 might be going down, but the food stopped long before the Sunday Night Football game.
Oh, brother, I snack all night. Night.
Again, that's what I said. Good on you for being young. I remember those days, pal.
Yeah, that's you could still do it, Gabe. You could still put it back. All right, we will continue to take a look at some of the different slates. I do want to have a conversation about the NFC North at some point because it is the best division in football, in my opinion. And the Packers have 4 of their NFC North games prior to their Week 11 bye, which, by the way, good on us. We made it 53 minutes into the program without saying, love where the bye week is.
You can always talk yourself into loving where it is.
Yeah, even in like Week 4, you can talk yourself into it.
I would have been able to talk myself into it this year if they had an early bye based on some of the guys coming back.
Sure.
You've got some big-time names. You got Tucker, you got Micah coming back. Okay,
don't need to rush him then.
Yep, you just kind of take a deep breath, see where everybody's at, and then you can go.
Now, week 11 by smack dab in the middle of the season. They'll have 7 games after. They'll have 10 games before. So just a little past halfway, but a week 11 by, I'm good with that. All right, more coming up. Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strouf, Will Summers with you. We'll eventually get the Bears perspective from Will Summers as well because we love him. He's not one of those crazy, annoying Bears fans. He's actually relatively normal. Relatively. ESPN Wisconsin's schedule release special continues after this.
More scheduled talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Point taken with Scafidi and Broad.
This is the school board overstepping their
7-1.
bounds. I don't know how long it's going to take people to understand that music doesn't make you gay. Music doesn't make you trans. What they think is protecting kids is just closed-minded bigotry.
The politicization of school boards, I know some parents think this is a win. It's not a win.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. And check out the weekly newsletter, Extra Points, by texting EXTRA to the talk and text line.
Hey, there's free pizza today at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. John Mercure here. Seriously, it's free, F-R-E-E, free every Thursday. When you buy 1 pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 2, get 2 free pizzas. Buy 5 pizzas, you got it. 5 free pizzas. Bring in pizza today for your loyal employees. Half of your pizzas are free, and it's delicious. Order now, pick up shortly. Coaches, bring in your team today for free pizza. Your players will also love the Mine Chef's world-class game room. It's a super affordable team bonding experience. And happy hour is 2 till 5 today. Half-price cocktails, beer, appetizers, at the bar only, half price. The Friday, all-you-can-eat haddock fish fries, $8.99 from 11 a.m., a crazy low price. The Mine Shaft, right there, easy to get to in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near the EAA. Lots of seating, close parking. Walk on in today for your free Thursday pizza. Plenty to take home. I love the pepperoni. Just Google it. Mine Shaft Restaurant.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. Celebrate active aging at the Enjoy Life Symposium. Join Capri communities and adults 55 plus for a free high-energy day at the Enjoy Life Acting Aging Symposium. Live entertainment, a senior fashion show, and speakers like, get this, Melinda Myers and Chef Michael Fecker, the Ukuleles, and Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. Capri Communities brings it all together for one unforgettable day, Wednesday, June 10th at Elmbrook Church in Brookfield. Register now at EnjoyLifeSymposium.com, and to be entered to win a Green Bay game day experience, that's EnjoyLifeSymposium.com.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does, because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at AmFamChampionship.com.
This is the NFL Schedule Release Special on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, yeah. ESPN Wisconsin schedule release special rolls on. I'm Alex Strouf alongside my buddy, Gabe Neitzel. Always good to see you, pal, especially in the middle of the offseason. Will Summers is here as well, running the show for us as he does often during the football season. I feel like this is kind of like our off-season family reunion in a way. You know? Like,
just check in with everybody, see what's going on. We'll be talking with Jason here in a little bit.
Who's going to join us at the 7 o'clock hour? Yeah, it just I don't get a ton of Gabe time during the season. I work in the afternoons. He works in the mornings. So it is genuinely nice to see you and talk about Packers football. So I look, I think I say this every year. So don't make fun of me, please. I just love the Packers schedule. I love seeing it. I love knowing. And I'm a dork, so I always get made fun of during March Madness. I handwrite the bracket.
Really?
During the selection. So I make my own bracket. I write in the teams.
So you have wait. So during the selection show,
yes, correct,
on CBS,
yeah,
as they're unveiling the bracket,
yes,
instead of standing there, you are trying to chicken scratch as quickly as you can the teams that are being.
Well, hold on, slow down.
Okay,
it's not like they're flying through it. They're saying, okay, Wisconsin takes on High Point, and then somebody's saying, well, High Point's a really sneaky team. It takes me 2 seconds.
Chicken scratch is a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Could barely
this year.
tell.
I had a notebook sheet of paper. I didn't have like any like normal sized paper. At
Wait,
home.
you couldn't print off just like a blank bracket?
No, I always handwrite the whole thing. I hand make the bracket.
Whole thing?
I hand make the bracket. Yeah. It's
and then we quizzed them on who was what seed, and he had no idea. He could tell us if they were
so
even
he's
or
not
odd.
one of those. So what you're saying? He's not one of those people that remember things,
right?
Because like when I'm making notes when I've done play-by-play, like it looks nicer and neater when you just go into a form, you type it all out.
Yep.
But writing down the notes helped me remember.
Sure.
Versus typing.
That was my argument as well.
And then it just didn't stand up in court.
Correct. It turned out not to be as true as I thought.
Then you got cross-examined and it just blew up on you.
So I'm 27 years old, right? 27? I'm 27 years old. And I've done this, I think, for 20 years. I've probably done it since I was 7 or 8 years old. This is my first crack at the handwritten schedule.
Okay, so, but at least you're using technology here.
Yeah.
Right?
So
on one side, for those who aren't watching on YouTube, on one side, it has week 1 through week 18, and then just the other side is blank. Yes, that is using technology to your advantage.
And I Sharpied in, and then with pen, I write the time slots on the right side, so that's how I know that. And then I have another sheet that I've been using this all day, so if a leak gets confirmed or Netflix says, hey, this is happening, I Sharpie it in. The other sheet I have is the home and away opponents, and underneath them I write what week it is.
Oh, okay.
So I actually think I found something here. But anyway, with my handwritten copy, I love how the schedule broke out. I don't know if I love the Vikings on the road in week 1, but like that's okay if we get 4 of our last 5.
Of the divisional opponents,
that's the one you want to see the most.
That's the one I think I would be okay opening the season with.
Yep.
Would I prefer it to be at home? I would. For reasons that I stated earlier. Like it's loud in there. Offensive line is going to be the weakness of this team. Yeah. I think ultimately it's going to be fine, but getting tested like that against that defense on the road in a loud environment, I don't love it. But of the teams, that's the one, where I'm okay with it. Just because if Kyler Murray's going to be good, and I know that was a lot of the discourse yesterday and today. Bart Scott on Get Up saying he thinks Kyler Murray could be the most talented quarterback in the NFC North when it's all said and done at the end of the season. But if he's going to be that guy, it's not going to be in week 1.
Yeah.
Right? Like if he's going to ascend and do the things that Sam Darnold did under Kevin O'Connell, that's going to be later in the season. And maybe that, ends up making their week 10 game against the Vikings a lot more interesting at Lambeau Field. But I think Kyler's still going to be getting his feet under him early in the season. So you might have an opportunity, especially without Micah Parsons. You've got a new defense. Maybe you can have some disguised blitzes, things of that nature to try to confuse him and play a good enough defensive game to come out of there with a win.
I got a text in the commercial break from one of my best friends. He is a green package ticket holder.
I don't know what that means.
That's the Green Bay package.
Okay, all right.
The gold package is the Milwaukee package.
Okay.
So you get 2 games.
Yep. Or do they get, didn't they get 3 a couple of years ago?
The gold package got 3 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When they had 9 home games.
Yes. And this
and
time
it was
around
all 3 divisional opponents.
Yeah, I remember that. And the green people were very upset about it.
Well, I just got a text from my buddy, and I imagine he was being slightly sarcastic. But he said, I'm out on Ed policy. Would you like to know what the gold package gets this year?
Again, Ed has nothing to do with this, but continue.
Week 5 against the Bears. is
Okay.
one of the gold package. That's the Milwaukee package games.
Yep.
And Week 10 against the Vikings. So they get the 2 warm weather divisional games. And Week 10 might not be super warm, but warm-ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm out on head policy.
Well, but again, like if you're a Green Bay ticket holder and you actually live in Green Bay, having the primetime games isn't as big of a deal as the Milwaukee season ticket holders going up there for a primetime game.
Well, and here we go, right away on YouTube. Pop Jerry chimes in, which is an interesting name. Pop says, gold package Bears game equals less than 40% of Packers fans in Lambeau. Majority Bears fans at Lambeau equals loss. People are out on the gold package.
Wait. Can we just please end this silly civil war we have between green season ticket holders and gold season ticket holders? Can't we just reach across the aisle? Like, it's not going to be 60% Bears fans for that first game on October 11th. Can we just stop, please? Can we just save the bickering for Bears fans and just, again, just come together as a fan base instead of going after each other? Can we please do that, or is that asking too much?
First time I've heard somebody describe it as a civil war.
Well, how else would you describe it?
Which is the most proper explanation of what this has been for years. But hey, I'm all for it. 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talking Text line. This is more with Carbless. If you want to call in and talk to the other side, if you're a gold package ticket holder and you want to say, hey, I'm a good gold package ticket holder, I'm going to go to the Bears game, I'm going to cheer loud, I'm going to stand during the game. Or if you're a green package ticket
that's
holder.
another thing that was talked about on the Journal this week. I forget who wrote the...
Well, look,
Is there one ticket package holders that does the wave versus one that doesn't?
Well, green will say gold will say green, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a he said, she said.
Yeah. Well, green is probably more of the hardos, right? Because they get more of the games. They'll have, I assume, 7 games this year?
Yeah.
And gold will have the other 2, but it's 2 of the divisional opponents, Bears and Vikings, as I pointed out. And the green package ticket holders, I think those are more of the we're up or we're ready. I think gold is more of the older crowd. They need to sit, or they do sit, or they don't stand as much. Like every Packers game I go to, I do not sit. I've never sat unless it's like halftime. I have had people say, hey, can you please sit down? And I will say, no, I am at a Packers game, all due respect. And that usually irritates them. But like, it's a football game. Get loud. Anyway.
And we wonder why there's a civil war. Interactions just like that.
So I'd be curious.
Just fanning the flames of the Civil War over here. Not willing to reach across the aisle,
pouring
come to
gas
a compromise.
800-990-3776. I believe Jason Wilde has joined because he just texted me hello with a question mark, which means we're running late. So we're going to take a break. We're going to get to Jason Wilde. That is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin's schedule release special extravaganza.
More schedule talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in eastern Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit fredert.com/cancer.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
The NFL Schedule Release Special, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Alongside Gabe Neitzel, here's Alex Strouf.
All right, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Schedule Release Special. I'm Alex Strouf. That is Gabe Neitzel. And joining us now from the Wilde home studios is the three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year. You read him at channel3000.com. You see him on Channel 3 in Madison. And, of course, you hear him each and every weekday with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher from 9 to noon on Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin. It is Jason Wilde. Good evening, Jason.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Look, I feel a little Kornacki-esque with all my sheets of paper, and, I'm talking about the financial.
Kornacki.
Yeah, Steve Kornacki. I haven't made that joke on this
Heard
program
a lot of
yet.
Kornacki from you today.
Yeah, so Gabe, you know Steve Kornacki.
I'm familiar.
I felt like him today with all the leaks and, breaking down, okay, my brother's getting married in Green Bay in November.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, do I have to book the hotel before the schedule comes out, or do I have to book it? And luckily, they're on the road that week, so it's fine. But I'm trying to figure.
You should have booked it beforehand, but I digress.
That's fine. Here's the thing about me, real quick, and then we'll get to Jason. I am the worst at booking hotels for weddings. In fact, booking hotels in general. I'm going to an event this Saturday. Hotels sold out. I'm crashing in a buddy's room on his recliner.
Jason, I guess if the adults can have a conversation here quickly.
That's fine.
That'd be great.
How is one bad at booking a hotel? You just go online and you book it.
He procrastinates.
Okay, all right.
He's a procrastinator. It's all right.
So it's not that he's bad at booking a hotel. He's a procrastinator.
Well, yeah, that's probably an accurate description.
All right. And
he doesn't check. I assume he just doesn't check Trivago.
I'm not the best Trivago guy. All right, Jason, your quick hitter takeaways from the Green Bay Packers 2026 schedule. Anything jump out to you?
I'm going to go all Ron Wolf on you. 4 of the last 5 are at home, including against 2 cold, warm weather teams. The only time they leave Green Bay after they return home from is to go play the Bears on Christmas. And as much as I agree with Gabe, I would certainly like the Vikings road game to be a home game so we could go to Minnesota later in the year from a selfish perspective. 3 out of the first 4 on the road, but I think if you're the Packers and you're not going to have Micah Parsons for 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them, that's not a bad deal to get those 4 teams. Gabe made a great point about where Kyler Murray might be by the end of the season versus where he might be in his first game with Kevin O'Connell and that offense. I would much rather face him even at US Bank Stadium in week 1 instead of, say, week 15 when he's into a rhythm theoretically. Because, look, he gets a lot of criticism and a lot of it is deserved, but he was an overall pick for a reason. He still has talent. And so I like that. The other part of it, I heard you guys talking while I was waiting. They are locked in. I don't know why they're locked in. I have brought this up with Ed Policy, which Papa Bear or whoever, Poop Poop or whoever that was in the YouTube comments. It is the second home game and the 5th home game in the years that they don't have their turn at getting 3 regular season home games when they have the 9 home games. So I don't know why they have locked into the second home game and the 5th home game on the schedule for the gold package, but that's what they do. And so I don't know why they don't abandon that, especially in the times like last season when it was 2 primetime games. But I'm going to, as a former gold package holder myself, whose grandparents got those tickets in the 1940s at State Fair Park in West Dallas, I don't think it's going to be 60% Bears fans either. They may do the wave when the Packers are on off, but I'm with Gabe. And the Civil War was a really good line, by the way, kind of like Oregon State. And just let's all can't like Rodney King once said, can't we all just get along?
Oh,
Can't we all just get along?
Jason. It's May. Let them fight. Let them fight.
No, we got Bears fans to fight. We can fight the Bears fans and the Lions fans and the Vikings fans. And I'd like to do that, Strouf, with a unified front.
I like this text from
especially with how, like, look, the Bears fans, they haven't done it yet because I still believe in my position, but they are making it very hard for someone who wanted this rivalry to be good and both teams to be good and both quarterbacks to be good. Their overall level of douchiness has made me at times regret advocating for that. So I'm with Gabe. Come together right now, Packers fans.
It's fantastic.
John Lennon Wilde.
How can you say no to that, Strouf? I don't understand how you're saying no to that pitch from Jason. So at the beginning of the season, Jason, I guess, is Tucker Kraft expected to be back week 1? And if no,
looked pretty good in the arcade.
I haven't watched the thing in full.
And if not, does the fact that they're playing on turf in Minnesota and notoriously the worst playing surface in the league in week 2 at the Jets, does that mean it's more likely that he'll make his season debut Thursday, September 24th, week 3 against the Falcons at Lambeau?
Yeah, I have given up trying to figure out whether they factor this in or not, right? Because they opened the window for Christian Watson last year, and I was like, they're not really going to have him come back on the road in Pittsburgh, where I don't think their turf is like, their grass is like notoriously bad, but I don't think it's known as being one of the best surfaces in the league either.
It gets chewed up,
and
yeah.
Then, right, and Pitt plays there in addition to the Steelers, so I was a little surprised by that. But then, as Christian Watson so eloquently put it to me, Jason, I got hurt here, and he's right.
Yeah,
right. Like, I was being helicopter beat writer guy again. I mean, does it? Wouldn't you rather come back at home? Well, Jason, I got hurt here. Yeah, that's fair.
And
okay.
so did Tucker. Tucker got hurt at Lambeau.
Right. I mean, Tucker Crafts was
more of a freak
Sean
accident,
Ryan getting
right?
blasted into his knee, right?
Yeah. Could have happened anywhere.
That was more contact than non-contact. But yeah, look, I don't know what their timeline is. I can only go on what those two players said. And Tucker Kraft's injury happened on November 2nd. He likened his timeline for return to game action to coming back from the torn pec he had a couple of years ago, which means he'd be back for the opener, whether they're playing it in Minnesota, Milwaukee, or the Moon. The fact that Micah Parsons from the jump has said, I do not plan on being back for week 1. Now, of course, time changes things and the timeline can accelerate, and he looks like he's ahead of schedule. He's running in sand pits. Like, those are encouraging signs. At the same time, with the investment they have made in him, and given the way that the schedule is stacked with the most compelling matchups and the most challenging matchups slated for when he would theoretically come off the PUP list, do you want to rush him back? You gave him $189 million or whatever. You traded away 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. Like, I'd play, as Mike McCarthy might say, the high side of caution about this.
Well, because
so
I
we'll
know
have to wait and see.
He had talked about Jason maybe coming back late September. And
that
that's
was his goal. He said, I want to play before the end of September.
And unfortunately, the Packers are playing on Thursday night. And again, when it's a long recovery, I don't know how much of a difference 3 days is going to ultimately make. But
fair.
That's where I go, ooh, Thursday versus Sunday, maybe that return is October 4th at Tampa.
Micah Parsons posting on Instagram when the return hits. I can't help but edit. It's going to be special. Again, we'll have to wait and see when that return is. But the fact of the matter is that I just don't love the idea of taking chances with a player who is so important.
100%.
That not only that, like, let's be honest. Tausch gave me way more credit than I'd for something that was, I thought, pretty obvious, but the schedule is stacked in a way that clearly, what do they have? 5 primetime games? Did I count that right at after the early start of the season?
Yeah, so 2 Thursday night games, we count that, right? 2 Sunday night games and Monday night game, and then obviously they've got the Rams on that Wednesday and Bears on Christmas, but those 2 technically don't count.
Well, Wednesday would be prime time.
So 7 standalone games, I guess is the point I'm making.
7 standalone games. That's what I was going for. Thank you for translating, Strouf. That's what I meant. Because obviously the Atlanta game in week 3, which he may not play in, is a primetime game. It's just not a prime opponent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, maybe Tua will turn them around.
I was going to say, maybe, not a Tua believer. Got it.
Well, maybe with Kevin Stefanski, I should be, because a lot of Packers fans, for some odd reason, wanted him to replace Matt LaFleur until John Harbaugh came available, and then they wanted him, including Homer, and now we still have LaFleur. But my point is that if they are smart with him, like Mike McCarthy and Matt LaFleur like to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back at Tampa, even though it's a road game, because of what I said about Christian Watson. Like, I doubt that they factor that in, but how great would it be for him to make his return against the Bears at Lambeau Field, have them play Enter Sandman in the 4th quarter. Little shout out to Jeff Hafley, which was my favorite story of last season. And then he closes out the game by taking Caleb Williams down on 4th down with them threatening to go tie or win the game.
My favorite story of last season was the ball king and the siren in the room that never actually got to get used very often. That was my favorite story of last season.
How about Bobby Babbage?
Amazing.
I don't know anything about a siren.
Yeah, they ripped that thing out immediately.
Well, I assume that Hafley took it with him. Like, I would like to have a chance to follow up on that.
I'm going to Miami, and I'm taking my siren with me, damn it.
Will Summers, our producer, just went in my ear, and he said, my favorite story of last season was when Romeo Dobbs acted like Tucker Kraft died. He's in a better place now, is what he said, I believe.
That was a lot, too. Yeah, that was...
All right, Gabe, your favorite memory from last season, then we got to take a break.
My favorite memory from last season? Oh, it was the first Micah sack.
Oh, he went with a real story.
Chasing down Goff.
Yeah, chasing down Goff. That was pretty sweet. The pop in Lambeau was awesome. All right. Jason, how do you feel about the schedule game?
I can tell I'm not going to like it already.
Yeah, I was about to say, you didn't even have to ask.
Should we play the yes or no open for old time's sake?
Yes, we should.
I mean, that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. 17 times.
Do you think they're going to win?
The schedule game is next. ESPN Wisconsin's schedule release special coming up next.
More schedule talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
If you are new to motorcycle riding, you don't necessarily want something that powerful or that heavy or that expensive.
Entertainment.
But to see Claire in her element, she has been having a moment ever since last year and Song Sung Blue came out.
And more.
It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
You know, James, we'll be running this place together for a while. And one day, hopefully, you and your kids will be doing the same.
That's the plan, Dad. And we're making changes so we stay ahead of the game.
Like the new Marty's Pizza Delafield.com?
We've made it extremely easy for both our young and older customers to make fast online orders.
It is really convenient, but if you like to call your orders in, a friendly Marty's Pizza employee will be there to answer with a smile.
Remember Marty's Pizza, right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
And at Marty'sPizzaDelafield.com.
Dad, it's been almost 7 decades, and I think we just keep getting better.
And we've been in Delafield since 1982. We've been very fortunate.
At Marty's Pizza, we do our best to keep prices at a value.
And we stay true to our roots with the tastiest thin pepperoni we can find. 100% of real mozzarella cheese, our very own exclusive sausage, and an almost 70-year-old sauce recipe, both which Marty himself taught us how to make.
Dad, we gotta keep on trucking.
We will, son. We will.
Ever wonder what the Greek god slept on?
Huh?
You know, like Aphrodite.
The goddess of love.
Do you think she had a heart-shaped bed?
Maybe.
And Hades, god of the underworld.
I suppose he slept on a trundle bed.
I think the Greek gods would have loved the Nevaeh bedroom from Penny Mustard.
Well, Nevaeh is heaven backwards.
And sleeping in the Nevaeh bedroom is heavenly.
Sophisticrafted, sleek, and sturdy.
Along with forever tight bed brackets.
An interchangeable fabric headboard.
Smooth, full extending steel drawer slides.
And drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
A bedroom fit for a king.
You mean a Zeus?
Yeah, but not Poseidon.
Why not?
Here it comes.
He'd have a waterbed.
The Nevaeh bedroom, starting at just $168 a month, with no interest and no payments till May of 2029. Through May 31st at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Kristen Bry, and I want to tell you about the dentist I recommend, my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Conmilwauk Dental Care. If you've been putting off a cleaning, dealing with tooth sensitivity, or you're ready to finally fix what's been bothering you, this is a great place to start. Dr. Michaels and his team are welcoming, thorough, and focused on your comfort. They explain your options clearly and help you feel at ease in the chair. From regular checkups to crowns, cosmetic improvements, implants, and Invisalign, they can handle it all. And if something happens unexpectedly, they offer emergency dentistry too. I make the drive from Milwaukee to Oconomowoc just to see Dr. Michaels and his fantastic staff. They're that good. So call 262-567-7224 to request an appointment today, or just visit drmichaelsdentalcare.com. That's 262-567-7224 or drmichaelsdentalcare.com.
Hi, I'm Rose Gray with Fox World Travel, and I'm excited to share that our exclusive guided Alaska land and sea journeys are now available for 2027. We partner with Holland America to curate the best and most sought-after experiences to Alaska. We send hundreds of travelers from Wisconsin to Alaska every year, along with experienced Fox tour managers for peace of mind. Don't just picture Alaska, live it. We have limited spots, and these tours are booking fast. Visit Fox World Travel online or call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Schedule release special on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Will today be the day there are black and white answers from our most respected journalist?
Possibly. I think we shouldn't be greedy. Maybe. You would certainly hope so.
It's time for Yes or No with Jason Wilde.
Will the Packers win each of their 17 games, yes or no, with Jason Wilde? This is not Green Bay game day, but it is pretty close. We've got our normal cast, ESPN Wisconsin schedule release special, Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, and the three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde, with you. This is a little game for those of you that have maybe never joined us on Green Bay game day before, that we play each and every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What days am I forgetting? Thursday.
Every day except Tuesday and Saturday this season, apparently.
But if I could, I'd be willing to bet at some point, Jason, they're playing on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Whether that be Week 18, Wild Card Weekend, or
Divisional Round Weekend.
Right. I bet we'll see them on a Saturday. I asked Jason yes or no questions, and he never answers them with yes or no, which I imagine may be the case here, but I am also going to ask Gabe Neitzel and myself the questions this go around, so I'm going to mark down my handy-dandy sheet whether I have a win or a loss. The Packers open the season in Minnesota against the Vikings. It's a 325 kick. Gabriel Neitzel, do they win?
I don't know how you feel about this game, Jason, but I think the Packers are better than the Vikings. But going on the road at Minnesota, I've got questions about the offensive line, and that defense is really good. I'm nervous about this game. I think they start 0-1.
As a Packers fan, you should be. Look, I was able to listen to you guys a little bit before I came on, and your point about the offensive line, which you just reiterated, we're going to find out pretty damn
get thrown into the fire quickly
about Jordan Morgan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And let's be honest, we all agree Zach Tom's a stud.
Yes.
Right? I mean, when you have two great right tackles like Tausch and Bulaga as our teammates who gush about him the way they do, that's the ultimate level of respect. When two guys who did the same job think you're better than them, that's how highly they regard you. But I don't know what he's going to be like in week one. Like, I haven't talked to Zach. I can't imagine coming off a torn patellar tendon, even a partially torn one. I mean, remember, the reason Rasheed Walker landed in Carolina because their franchise left tackle ruptured his patellar tendon in the playoff game, and he's not going to be back in time. And then Yosh Nijman abruptly retired when he was going to be their left tackle, which I don't know what that was about. But that's why they've got Rasheed Walker. So where is Zach Tom going to be in his recovery? I don't know, but I don't love the idea of going up against the Brian Flores defense with questions about both of my tackles.
So I'm going to mark that down as a loss for both of you?
Yeah, quickly, Jason.
Yeah.
This thought entered my head, and I wanted to ask you when Will took a shot at Strouf earlier in the evening, calling him Rasheed Walker when Strouf jokingly said 17-0. Do you think that had any?
I thought it was because no one else in the league would want him, but we kept him as the starter.
Whoa!
It's even better, Pop.
Pretty good.
Did the 17-0 comments have anything to do with them not really being that interested in bringing him back?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because he didn't, first of all,
hold on. Time out.
I know you want to get to the other
Gabe
games.
just asked you a yes or no question, and you said no.
No, I said I don't think so.
Yeah, he did say I don't think
so.
so.
Check the tape.
Yeah. It wasn't a straight up yes or no.
Hey, nice try, though.
and I wasn't trying to trap you, Jason.
Nice try, Shido. No, I was talking to him thinking he had me. Your new nickname is Shido, by the way. I'm very excited about it. No, let me be clear. You're a franchise tackle. You're just, you're more like Jordan Morgan. We need to find out more about you. Look.
I can't win tonight.
It was such a, in fairness to Rasheed Walker, not Rasheed Strouf, it was an offhanded remark. I understand, frankly, why he didn't talk to us the rest of the year. He got called on the carpet, but it was not like some sort of proclamation.
It wasn't like when Vince Young called the Eagles the dream team after they signed all those free agents.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. Exactly. All right. Next game.
Week 2 at New York. The Jets.
Win.
Win for me as well. Packers are 2-0 for me.
I want to predict a tie at some point after last year.
Just to cover all the bases.
But it won't be this one. I'm gonna go W here, and we're gonna record this for posterity. And when we get to the end of the season, the last Green Bay game day, I want to see how many of these we got wrong. They could end up with the same record we all compile, but get there a totally different way.
Correct.
Yeah, I love that. Week 3 on a short week, they host the Falcons in the home opener.
That's a win.
Jason?
W.
I agree.
W.
I have the Packers at 3-0, which I don't love. Week 4, they head to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. That will be my first loss.
You don't love that they're 3-0?
Well, I do love it. I don't actually want to pick them to go 17-0, Jason. So
you can't go 17-0 if you don't start 3-0.
That's true, but I also don't think they're going to come out of that first 4-game stretch 4-0, despite the fact that they have maybe a favorable schedule. It's so hard to win in the NFL, and I don't think they're getting to that Bears game without a loss already. Gabe, Buccaneers?
I'm going to say it's also a loss.
I think Micah Parsons is going to come back, and they're going to beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah, if Micah's back, that's a win. But I'm saying
that
Micah
is a hard
back
part of playing the schedule game this year.
I'm saying Micah comes back at home against Chicago in the scene that Jason described earlier of coming out of the tunnel last, crowd erupts, play Enter Sandman, sacks Caleb Williams, and beat the Bears.
I also have them beating the Bears. They got to get their lick back. I think they win in dominating fashion in that one.
I am convinced that the Bears are going to experience what the Packers did in 2024, where they surprised everyone in 2023 with a new starting quarterback. In their case, it was a new coach. They were better than expected. They won a bunch of close games. They may be a better team this year and have a lesser record. And I think the Packers beat them on October 11th.
All right, week 6. This might be your tie candidate. It's Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, just like it was a year ago when they tied, Jason. This might be your tie candidate.
Twice in 2 years. No, I can't figure out what I think of the Cowboys from year to year. They win games. I don't think they have any chance of winning.
Either does Jerry Jones, for being honest.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go W there and take them to 5-1.
W as well.
We are unanimous on the Cowboys game. I also have them at 5-1. Gabe has them at 4-2. Entering a tough one in Detroit. It's a nooner, which is kind of. I was surprised by this, but
Detroit's 325.
Oh, it is. Okay, I had that incorrect. Packers at Lions at 325. I'm no longer surprised by the time
Nice
slot.
work, Kornacki.
The wrong precincts were reporting.
Wrong. We had to retabulate.
We call Michigan for Richard Nixon.
I've been called Cheeto and Kornacki in the last 5 minutes. I don't know how to feel about either. At the Lions, I will take that as a loss.
I will also say loss.
I will as well.
That's 2 weeks in a row we're unanimous. Week 8 is Thursday night. It's a short week back at Lambeau against Carolina. I will take the W.
Tucker Kraft has over 100 yards receiving, and it's a W.
I love that.
They are better than the Panthers. They were better than the Panthers last year and found a way to lose to them. I think they're going to lose a home game. I don't think it's this one.
I think this Week 9 game in New England is really interesting. I think it's going to be a low-scoring slugfest. Micah Parsons has a big game, but I will take the Packers to beat the reigning AFC champions.
I've got a Packers win here.
I'm going to take the Patriots.
Jason, I apologize. I missed what you said.
He said he's taking the Pats.
To take the Patriots.
Got it. Okay, there's a loss. Week 10, home against the Vikings. Is this the home loss, Jason?
It is not. I actually have 2 home losses during the second half of the season.
Ooh.
This ain't it either.
Yeah, a win for me.
All right, we are unanimous there. We have reached the bye week. We go to a Wednesday.
Wait a minute. What are our records? I'm the only one. You guys both have your team with only two. You have them with 2 losses, and I'm with 3.
Yeah, you have them at 7-3. I have them at 8-2. Gabe also has them at 7-3.
All right.
So I am clearly the optimist here, but this is the meat and potatoes of the schedule right here, man. Week 12 at the Rams. That is that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I will take the Rams here.
Rams.
Sean McVay finally beats his pal Matt LaFleur after going 0-5 against him.
Matt LaFleur, been better recent years, but not always great out of the bye. They get a long break before they head to New Orleans. I think that's going to be a unanimous win across the board.
Yes.
The Saints wanted to keep that game in New Orleans because they think of themselves as a playoff team. And I would also say that every year there's a team that we think has no business and they suddenly make the playoffs. But I don't think it's them. I was
about to say, I didn't realize
coming.
you were a Shuck believer.
Oh, it's in the Shuck Club. Week 14, the Packers host the Bills on Sunday Night Football.
This is my home loss.
This is also my home loss.
Anonymous, unanimous.
How about Jeff Halfley coming to town in Week 15?
Dolphins just aren't good enough this year.
Correct.
That's a Packers win.
I would agree. I think Jeff Halfley's going to throw all kinds of junk at him, though, and it's going to be a hard-fought W for the Packers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Week 16 is that Christmas game in Chicago. Let me tell you this. I'll look at the camera when I say it, too. Packers aren't losing to the Bears this year. That's 2-0.
I'll take the Packers.
Yeah, me too.
Love that. 2 games left. Monday Night Football. The Houston Texans. Long break between these 2 games, too, for the Green Bay Packers. I have a win here as well.
I have a loss.
Oh.
I do, too.
Yeah, that defense is good.
So
that front four, man, it's terrifying. That front four is just so... Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter. I mean, that's the best pass-rushing duo in the league.
And then Week 18, it is Packers-Lions. Could it be for something meaningful? We will all find out. Together, that is at Lambeau Field.
Packers win.
So could they, even though they play on Monday, could they end up on Saturday then?
They could.
That would be crappy.
That would not be very good.
Where do we, I just want to know, because this is a coin flip for me because I think Detroit's going to get its groove back this year.
I do too.
Tausch said it first, but I agree with him. I don't want to say they lose 3 out of 4 down the stretch at home, but this game, I think this game will decide the division. I'm with Tausch on that. Where do we have our records currently?
I have them losing. I have the Lions sweeping the Packers. So that gives you your final. Gabe has them at 11. Gabe has them as 11.
You were the optimist.
I am the optimist. My record's going to be the best. I have Gabe has the Packers at 11-6.
That sounds about right.
I have them at 12-5. And Jason, this pick will determine your record.
Okay. So what are they currently? 11-5?
10-6.
Or are they 10-6?
10-6.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they win because I just don't want the smoke from our fans.
All right, so Gabe and Jason say 11-6. Our first run through the schedule game. I have them at 12-5, which sounds about right. We all have some different quirky losses and wins across the board, but 11-6 and 12-5.
Does everyone pick a game of the year now?
Yes, we will have to do that on the other side.
And before you pick your game of the year, can I say something real quick, Will?
Yes.
I mean, if we'd have played this game last year, and maybe we did, I don't really remember.
Me and Gabe definitely did. I don't know about you.
Gabe and I, you always put yourself first, I've noticed, when you tweet stuff out too. Join me, Gabe, John Anderson, and Wilde. Me! Would we have had them losing to the Browns?
No. Sir, I mean, maybe you picked it, Jason. I did not pick a tie. I did not see the tie coming.
That's fair. I didn't either.
I did not.
Oh, yeah, you didn't pick a tie. You had them 11-6.
I know. I forgot. I got halfway through the schedule and I forgot. Shido.
Strofo.
All right. I'm sorry, Will. You were speaking.
Well, no, we will do this on the other side. Your game of the year candidate, and then I do want to wrap up the show talking about the NFC North at large because I think it is a fascinating division in 2026. That is still ahead. It is ESPN Wisconsin schedule release special.
More schedule talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Do you have an upcoming wedding, a bridal or baby shower, maybe a family reunion? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I highly recommend having your party at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, even for special events. Choice steaks, seafood, pasta. How about the surf and turf? Any entree, buy one, get one free. Desserts, my favorite part, is buy one, get one free. Celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, a retirement, or just a quiet free dinner with your sweetie. Have your company employee appreciation dinner at the Fox and Hounds. Half your dinners are free, and it's a gorgeous setting right in the heart of the Kettle Moraine near Holy Hill. Spectacular views. Gift cards are also the perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free. Order online and your gift cards will arrive shortly. I've done this many times. Reserve your wedding shower, rehearsal, or family dinner today. Half your dinners are free every night at the Fox and Hounds. Google, call, and reserve.
Save big money on everything at Menards. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between. We've got all your hauling needs covered. Smart Straps heavy-duty ratchet straps feature double hook ends and are built with high braking strength to handle the strain of cargo transport. Save big money on ratchet straps. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me, not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. and that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra invites you to embark on a special journey across American music when it presents America the Beautiful, Patriotic Pops, May 22nd through the 24th at the Bradley Symphony Center. Celebrated trumpeter, vocalist, and principal pops conductor Byron Stripling will be your charismatic guide across a wide variety of genres that help define America's musical language, from folk songs and spirituals such as Shenandoah and Amazing Grace, to patriotic staples such as Stars and Stripes Forever, plus hits from the worlds of ragtime, jazz, and even R&B. Come, celebrate America 250 with America the Beautiful, Patriotic Pops, May 22nd through the 24th only. Visit mso.org for tickets and more information, or call the box office now at 414-291-7605.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The NFL Schedule Release Special on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Couple of minutes left with you on ESPN Wisconsin Schedule Release Special. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, Jason Wilde, and Will Summers with you. All right, Will required us to do this. The Game of the Year candidates based off looking at the schedule, because I said the Buccaneers game in Week 4 is a sneaky Game of the Year candidate, which Gabe did not agree with whatsoever. So, Gabe, I will flip it over to you. What do you think the Game of the Year candidate looks like?
I've got high hopes for that Bills game on December 13th.
Yeah.
I think that's just, again, with Josh Allen coming to town, it's got the possibility to have a really good finish. It seems like the Bills play a ton of close games, and the ball's in Josh's hands late a lot. So I think that's got the possibility to be Game of the Year.
Jason?
Yeah, I'm going with the finale for the NFC North crown at Lambeau Field. Probably get flexed into a night game. It'll be snowing.
Saturday night, of course, right?
Of course, yes, of course.
So
hit for the cycle.
I wanted to say Christmas, but I still can't believe they're playing at noon on Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Second, it can't be the Game of the Year if the Packers go in there and beat them like 31-6, right? Like, there's part of me that believes that for all the criticism Matt LaFleur takes from this fan base, and some of it is very much warranted, don't get me wrong, wouldn't it be something after what they went through the last two times to Soldier Field if they go in there and they just put together a tour de force, hey, we're getting ready for the playoffs type performance and beat the brakes off of them? That would impress me. But again, we'll see where they're at. I just, as much as I enjoyed playing the game with you guys, I just think back to last season. I mean, Tausch was sitting there with his over on 9.5 wins, and they're sitting at 9-3-1, and they never won another damn game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so unpredictable.
Yeah. People forget they only won 9 games last year.
What was the Game of the Year last year?
Probably the Bears early December.
I would say Thanksgiving.
Oh, sure. The Dontavian Wicks game. Yeah, because you were feeling really good about where they were at after that.
The first 2.5 quarters in Denver was pretty damn good too.
That's true.
It was a lot of fun.
That was a front-running candidate.
It was a lot of fun until it wasn't, Jason.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I would say either Thanksgiving or that early December Bears game. But yeah, Denver had the makings of it. That's for sure. We will wrap up our schedule release show coming up right after this as we take a look at the NFC North and where the Packers fit in. It seems like Jason thinks it's an NFC North championship game in Week 18. We'll break it down coming up right after this.
More schedule talk coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
keeping you updated on culture and creativity. What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
In the studio with me, artist Adam Heimbach.
I'm mostly known for my very elaborate, bright-colored landscape paintings and performance art, but for this event, I made my first ever sculptures, realistic depictions of what Wisconsin's famous for. Jeez.
Weeknights at 6 on WTMJ and the What's on Tap podcast on WTMJ.com.
Some of our customers want a glass shower door for the look. Some want it for a better use of their space, while others need a new glass shower door just to be safe. Like a customer we had last month. Her daughter had been hounding her to turn that old bathtub of hers into a walk-in shower. She was afraid her mother might slip when there was no one around to help her. Stepping over that bathtub wall isn't exactly safe. And besides, those old bathtub floors can be kind of slippery too. Installing a new glass shower door is pretty affordable. And not only is it safer, but it also gives your bathroom a great new look. And when you stop in our showroom, you'll see just how many options we have to give you the look you want. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. And glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha. And they've got something big going on. It's the Ford American Value for American Values employee pricing event. Right now, you pay what employees pay. That's employee pricing on a huge selection of new Fords. And here's what really stands out. Griffin Ford has one of the largest inventories in Wisconsin, so you're not settling. You're picking exactly what you want. The auto show is going on now, but you don't have to wait in line or fight the crowds. The deals are already happening at Griffin Ford. Right now, they've just got 12 Ford Escapes left, starting under $30,000, 51 brand new 2026 Ford Explorers, all-wheel drive in stock starting under $40,000. If you've been thinking about a new truck or SUV, now is the time. Griffin's the place. It's where we do all of our shopping for vehicles. Stop into Griffin Ford on Main Street in Waukesha or shop online. It's easy at griffinford.com. Griffin Ford, where value meets selection.
You know, Dad, we can't ever change.
Amen to that, son. And I'll tell you what, we'd have a lot of people to answer to if we did.
The fact that things have remained the same at Marty's going back all the way to 1957 is what makes it so special.
And it starts with a recipe for our sauce. It's the original, the same one that Marty taught me. It was there on day one, and it's still here today.
And it's never going away.
James, you stick with that attitude, and Marty's will be around for your kids to keep up their tradition.
And there are other things that make Marty's Pizza special.
Well, you got our untouched original recipe for our pizza sauce, and we have our own sausage made for us with our own recipe. We make everything fresh. Our own meatballs, our lasagna, our dough every day. We cut our vegetables fresh every day.
It's a labor of love.
This is Dick the Dad.
And James the Son from Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Find out what keeps our loyal customers coming back for generations. Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Schedule Release Special on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wrapping up ESPN Wisconsin Schedule Release Special here on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. I'm Alex Strouf alongside Gabe Neitzel of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on ESPN Milwaukee. And Jason Wilde, weekdays from 9 to noon on Wilde and Tausch with the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. So we ran through the schedule game. We think somewhere between like 11 and 12 wins seems to be where the Packers will land. But Jason, this is a very good division. It was a very good division a year ago. All four teams were over 500 on the season. Even with Minnesota being down, they were 9-8. They finished the season. What do you make of this division here in 2026, and what is the Packers' place within it?
Yeah, if they don't stay healthy, it's going to be toward the basement. Like, we can do all this and have all kinds of fun, and we did have fun. But I still don't like their depth. I still don't love their offensive line. I think I might like Chris Brooks a little more than other people do.
Not us.
But if Josh Jacobs gets banged up again like he did last year, and they're counting on Chris Brooks and Marshawn Lloyd to carry their run game. Marshawn Lloyd, who's one game out of 36, and he got hurt in it. There are aspects, like if you're doing your Kornacki thing and you're doing the touch screen for different voting precincts, like if I was a candidate, if the Packers were a candidate, I'd be looking at, Waukesha County and Rock County and some other county and be like, these are areas where if the electorate goes against me, we could be in really big trouble, kind of a thing. And I look at those three aspects of this team. Tight end without Tucker Kraft, they're just not. Goody keeps telling us we're deep, and I don't believe him when he says that about them.
Jason, I would throw a kicker in that mix too.
Yeah.
Just because you don't know what's there. Yes, you like Trey Smack. You traded a couple of picks for him. You cut your veteran kicker who has kicked in a Super Bowl. I would say mostly because of what happened in Chicago last year. Because he had made, 30 consecutive kicks? Yes, he had the issue with the quad. He probably rushed back. You handled that improper. You didn't handle that great. But then he made 30 straight kicks going into the postseason. And I'm not making excuses for him. He didn't make excuses for himself. But you don't know what you have with Trey Smack. And if you've got to go through some learning, just some learning pains, like the way the Packers did in 1998 with Ryan Longwell, I know Chewy's brought that up on our show. Longwell missed a game-winning field goal less than 30 yards in week 2 of that season. And Longwell went on to be the all-time leading scorer in Packers history until Mason broke that record. So there could be some learning pains early in the season because the margin of error in the NFL, as we all know, is very tiny, and you miss one kick, one inopportune kick, and that could cost you a game early in the season.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what this team becomes, but there are plenty of things we can look at and go, oh, that's not so good. But there are plenty of things I think we can look at and go, I'm really excited to see what happens there. The pass catchers. We all fell for the ruse that their superpower was having wide receiver depth. I'm really excited to see what some of these pass catchers become.
Some of us were yelling for
Well, last year we didn't fall for the ruse, but I'm saying 2 years ago, the 2024 season, we were like, okay, one of those guys is bound to step up, and it never really happened. But I'm excited to see what the Watson, Reed, Golden, Kraft era looks like.
Yeah, and back to Gabe's point, I mean, if Trey Smack has a Ryan Longwell moment like week 2 in 97 against the Eagles when they lost 10-9, you hope that he bounces back the way Ryan Longwell did, right? And doesn't spiral like Braden Narvison did. And that's the point, is that you have a championship caliber roster if it stays healthy, and you have injected the uncertainty of a rookie kicker. And he may be great, and this all may be a waste of hot air. But we know more rookie kickers than not struggle. And he will have to be the exception that proves the rule.
I look forward to our first ever kicker segment at State of the Packers. Probably not our first ever, but about a month and a half from now, June 27th, the three of us going to get together at Summerfest for State of the Packers, which I look forward to when we do a deep dive on every position group. What's that face, Jason?
Well, do I have something in my? I guess I don't have a contract, so it doesn't really matter. But like now, am I going to have to do a weekly or occasional Wilde in between now? Because I would like to limit myself to one full program with you during the off season per month. And if we got one in June, and we've got May's done now, do I have to see you again, Cheeto?
I don't.
I'm just kidding. We can do it whenever.
Shut up, Wilde. June 27th is State of the Packers at Summerfest from noon until 3 on several of these stations, ESPN Wisconsin, which Gabe, Jason, and myself do every year. One of my favorite things we do every year on ESPN Wisconsin, where we break down each and every positional group. You have the Packers schedule. Start booking those plane tickets and booking those hotels, which I need to do as soon as we get done with the show.
Boy, that's a rich way to end the show.
Thanks to Jason.
Just lying to everybody in the audience.
Yeah, that's fair. That was a lie. Thanks to Gabe. Thanks to Will Summers for running the show. You got the schedule. Go book those tickets. We'll talk to you soon. Go Pack, go.
Do you have a clear advertising message that assures your potential customers will choose your business over others when they need your goods or services? Will you have time to nurture it so it stays interesting?